The Houston Underwater Film Festival is getting to be more well-known because this is our third year, although we took a 2-year break for a pandemic. But I think that there's some really great filmmakers out there, and they have discovered us, and they're starting to send us a lot of really wonderful films, and to the point where we have to turn down films that I wish we didn't have to. We just cannot show them all. This year we got a lot of great animated films. There's some young just out of school animators that are starting to send us their films, and they're just delightful. So there's a lot of American animators. It seems to be a thing here, but it just seems to be just overall around the world something that's just really popped up and is going on all over the place. So I'm really enjoying it. I think the art house flicks with the weird and bizarre films seems to have the most conversation about it after the day, yeah.
I would have thought it would be the Made in Texas.
Well, that's because we're in Texas, and our Texas filmmakers are here, and they like to talk about themselves too. So yes, they're like, I won. So, but our Texas filmmakers are really good too. We're very proud of them, and so happy to be able to show their work. It'll be here next year at Match. It will be April 6th and 7th, 2024. I just hope everybody realizes what a fun weekend this is and comes and gives us a try. If you're not from Houston, you ought to come in April because Houston is glorious. So come and watch the show and spend some time outdoors with us and the parties after. It's just a great time.
Now that we have our name on the map, we're getting a lot of entries. We had 400 total films, over 400 entered to our website. Out of that, we picked 123 that we thought we might have a chance of using, and from that the committee found 61 films from 24 different countries. I mean, it's not so hard to find the ones that are going to go into the festival, but to actually rank them, it's such a diverse set of films that it's very difficult. Justin Wallace was actually a first-time film entry. He had a very clever tagline. He called it the best mucking dive ever, and that just kind of caught the audience's imagination, I think, and really a clever dialogue, some beautiful film, and of course, Dennis Davenport is a perennial winner, and he had a beautiful film on nudibranchs. It's so gratifying that this has grown beyond something that was just the Houston Underwater Photographic Society. Now we have all of the major clubs in the area involved. People are volunteering. So it's really become an event that draws the dive community together into one event where we can sit around and swap lies and enjoy the underwater photography that we all love so much.
Videos that people produce, it's a lot behind it. So to actually see the people behind the films, it makes everything for me. I would say what compels me a lot, to be honest, it's just the overall production of the films, right? The music, the editing, the color, the clarity, and the destinations. You know, what we don't see behind those films are the actual amazing destinations. That's what scuba diving brings to you, right? You can go to places that are not necessarily on the bold typeface of the Rand McNally, maps, and never even think that below that blue, or the foothills of the mountain where it meets the sea, it's just an absolute spectacular place to dive. So yeah, I really enjoy just looking at where the content was created, talking to the people about those trips, and that gives me a lot of drive to go seek those places out. What I've been telling people over the last month about the film festival, right? It's summed up in like 3 parts, I would say. One, it's a brand new world of videography that a lot of people are not open to because they're not privy to. If you want to see anything underwater photography wise in terms of content, you normally see it on the big Nat Geos. We have spectacular content here. Some of the behaviors that were captured are Nat Geo quality, right? And the second thing to me is really and truly, it's a place of camaraderie for scuba divers in Houston. We spend a lot of time as scuba divers going to places, very rarely we actually get to take our wet suits off, our fins, and dress well, and come talk about the same thing, right? So, you know, there's a saying, just add water. And then last but not least, really and truly, is respect, right? You know, I love the feedback from the audience for every single film. Every single film got a resounding applause, right? And that's respect, you know, and seeing the people, again, I walked up to most of the content creators and I was like, that's awesome, you know. I wish that some more of the content creators will make the time to come to the festival, right, and build that, that camaraderie and make it a little more of an international feel, and even local, let's call it local to the United States, right? So what I would like to see going forward for HUFF is that we really promote, you know, the film festival just like the others on the West Coast and other places, East Coast of the United States, and bring more people to our beautiful city of Houston and see this film festival.